What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy, Donny69, for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, we got some ulterior? Probably wrong. Alternate news for you, man, right now, outside of our normal cast, but it's relevant to the normal cast. Dennis McCan, who was on the Fury versus Usyk December 21st card, has been pulled. He's popped off the juices. And we're going to get to why that's relevant in a minute. There's a particular doctor involved who's also been a doctor for Tyson Fury and also a doctor for Conor Henns, involved with this same McCan cat, Madeleine McCan cat, yeah? Here we go. So Turkey put a statement out, obviously it's his event or whatever. VADA has today informed all relevant parties that Dennis McCan has returned an adverse finding following an anti-doping test conducted in advance of his upcoming bout. Madeline's scheduled fight next Saturday will no longer take place as the relevant parties investigate the matter further. No further comment will be made at this time. So there you go. I think I lied to you. I've never seen Dennis McCan a day in my life. I don't watch boxing like that. I'm gonna lie to you. The little dudes, apart from Inoue and even Bam Rodriguez and Inoue, I don't watch their fights live. Sorry, I just don't. It's one of them. They fight too many bums. Them little dudes. They fight too many bums. I like one cat I liked. I started liking one of them little guys. What was his name? It wasn't the Bull. Nick Bull. Nick Bull, that was it. Nick Bull. I like Nick Bull. He's fighting a complete stiff again, though. It's irritating. The other divisions don't really do it like that. The bigger divisions don't fight bums like the little divisions do. It's like unbelievable the amount of bums they manage to find. There's never unifications down there that mean anything. Like I knew they might unify, but they're complete bums, man. All of them are bums. 50-year-old bums, 40-year-old bums. We saw the one I knew he punched up the other day. Oh, my back. He looked about 45 from the hills. He looked like he was 45 from the hills have eyes, people. Wrong turn. That's how he looked. What was his name again? It was Denny Dohoney. Someone called Dohoney. Inoue versus Dohoney. Look at this dude here. Yeah? Hills have eyes looking ass. Come on, people. Come on for a second, man. Come on for a second. Come on, just for a second, man. Stop playing with me. Look at this cat here. Look at this cat. Come on, man. And he's 40 years old, legitimate. That's not even cap. I'll cap a lot about age. Well, not cap. I'll tell you the truth. But he's actually 38. Literally. Old as molasses. Yeah? Super old. Super long in the tooth. So I don't want to see no more of these. Anyway, I've digressed. I don't know Dennis McCan. I don't know Madeleine's older brother. I don't know him. What we do know is, and the relevance of this video, is this here. Bash! Want to get fitter and stronger. See, Dr. Usman, aka his true identity, which I revealed a few years ago, is Dr. Al-Shabaab. Yeah? Listen, man, I ain't playing with you. Stop playing with me. Stop playing. Dr. Al-Shabaab. Yeah? Look at this cat here. Look. So you got Conor Henns featuring Dr. Al-Shabaab. And you got Dennis McCan, dude who's popped with Dr. Al-Shabaab. We've also got a leak somewhere, which is you got Tommy Fury and Dr. Al-Shabaab and Tyson Fury, Dr. Al-Shabaab. Maybe what's this got to do with anything? The reason we know this doctor, I'm not even sure he's a doctor like that. Doctors normally know about nutrition. He too bulbous, right? It's quite rare actually. Whenever you see it, unless they're older, it's rare to see a 30-year-old real doctor who's bulbous. Whenever I go to doctors, which is seldom, but still, whenever I go, it's usually some old white Donny or some old Asian Donny, and they're lean. They actually lean on the skinny side. They're not rabidly bulking off the cream cakes, are they? So I find that skeptical. Look at this dude. He team bulker. Yeah, he stayed dirty bulking year round. He's come on, stop playing with me. I think he's a moody doctor. And with the social media age, there's a lot of moody scientists and some guy got exposed. Some of you cats probably like him. what's his name? He's got the green eyes. Does a podcast. Anyway, he came out that he didn't really go to university. There's a lot of that going around right now. Yeah, with the internet and whatever else, you can make fake documents, or you can literally buy fake certificates. So I would not be surprised if this Dr. Al-Shabaab turns out to be a sham. Anyway, YB, what's Dr. Al-Shabaab? And the is linked to Conor.
However, you can't.
Tyson Fury, Tommy Fury, and now Dennis McCan. What's the relevance here? I'll show you the relevance. These are the comments from an interview.
However, you can get around the random drug testing, because between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. they're not allowed to come to your house. You seem to go time to rest. So a lot of athletes can take very fast-acting testosterone or growth hormones, which can leave your body, which can only be in your body for 7 or 8 hours. So you could take it at sort of 9 or 10 p.m. and it would be out of your system by 7, 8 in the morning. Does that make sense? So there are ways that can get around it. Like, there's a lot of ways. They may take a diuretic to flush out what they've been taking. There's a lot of tricks, especially when you get to the higher level, the elite level, world level, maybe European. They'll find every possible way of winning. And you got to think about it, when they're out of camp, when they're not in training camp, unless they're enrolled in the WBC clean boxing all year round random blood testing, what's stopping them doping when they're out of season?
So this guy, who, as I've showed you already, he's known to work with all these juicers, allegedly. Dr. Usman Shadid, let's call him his name. Stop blaspheming. Dr. Al-Shabaab. Let's keep it simple, man. Stop playing. Dr. Al-Shabaab with Dennis McCan here. It's posted up here. Here we go. Excited to be on board working with Dennis McCan ahead of his December 21st. He was also at one point working with Tyson Fury. Relevance, Tyson Fury popped. Yeah? Here we go. Tyson Fury, here we go. Perfect. On here. Tyson Fury has been working with controversial doctor for Derek Chisora fight. Dr. Al-Shabaab. And he knows it. You heard the fact he's saying, who would think that? A genuine sports scientist or a doctor who's doing the nutrition or whatever, who's just trying to get you the genuine whatevers. You wouldn't need to sit there and strategize. Ooh, Tyson. Ooh, Madeleine McCann's brother. Ooh, Conor Henns. I've looked at the regulations and VADA can't come between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. To think that, to have that thought process, if you're just going there every day giving people their real vitamins, not the moody egg vitamins, and you're just going there cooking real food, cooking real steak or whatever you're cooking, why would you need to strategize and formalize when VADA can come and can't come and all that kind of stuff? The thought process there is in itself is indicative of his mindset and what he's likely been doing. Not to mention the fact that everything he touches, yeah? Tyson Fury's popped before. Conor Henns popped before, and now McCann's popped. So even if you don't like the fact that this circumstantial, this interview, he just signed up with him and he's popped. Dennis McCan, to my knowledge, which wouldn't be a lot, he could have, but I assume he hasn't popped before. Coincidence? The cucked masses would say, oh, maybe it's a coincidence. This same moody doctor who talks about how he knows how to, I can beat the system, especially in the off-season. Conor Henns got caught in the off-season. He didn't have a fight when he actually popped. He popped before the Eubank fight was signed. He popped, I think, in July, and the fight was in October. Before the fight was even signed, he popped. Yeah? So he liked this cat here, Dr. Al-Shabaab. He likes the fact that VADA can't come and you can get these fast-acting agents. Again, to think that through, why think that through for? He shouldn't even, if you're dealing with professional, I think it's a bad look in general. If you're dealing with professional athletes, it's a bad look to even imply that there's something out there that we can hack it and it's super fast acting. It's clearly not that fast acting. Oops. And that's why I question this man's doctor status and how much he really knows. Because everyone he works with wind up missing. They wind up popping somewhere. Every single one. So it can't be a coincidence. It's not, the universe, YB. The universe put the eggs into Conor Henns. At the same time, he's working with Dr. Al-Shabaab. The prolific, the king of juice. He's like the UK's version of Victor Conte, essentially. But Victor Conte was successful for a period of time, though. Dr. Al-Shabaab hasn't been. I don't know how he's still... And Dom Ingles talked about... Dom Ingles not the best person to use, but Dom Ingles talked about it in general. That there's a lot of bum lickers in the boxing game. You don't get it in other sports. Yeah, if you're a random Joe Public who likes football, you're not hanging around football players like that, right? Or if you're in the States and with the NFL, if you're a random Joe Public, they ain't got no moody doctors like that just hanging around out of nowhere. But in boxing, you can turn up to the gym a few times and all of a sudden you're holding pads for Kell Brook or whatever. That's what Dom Ingles said, essentially. And this is the same story here. Dr. Al-Shabaab, I don't know, he's hanging around. Oh, I'm a medical doctor. Oh, I can do this for you. And for some reason, probably because boxing is decentralised, these big organisations like the FA with football or the NFL or whatever you want, they're proper organisations. Boxing's literally, it's on your own talent. Tyson Fury is his own man. There's no institution really regulating things so much in boxing. So you get these kind of these clingers on, even people like John Fury, to be honest, right? A good example, John Fury is not qualified to be anywhere near a corner in an undisputed boxing fight. That's a fact, right? We can all agree with that. That said, for example, I don't know, let's say Tom Brady's dad was into football. You still wouldn't get Tom Brady's dad being the head trainer at the Patriots, or you wouldn't get, I don't know, you wouldn't get David Beckham's dad. I don't watch football, so the only reason I know about American football, I watched a whole bunch of documentaries. They completely cucked me, man. They sucked me into them. There's a documentary on BBC about Tom Brady. I've been sucked in, ain't gonna lie. But listen, that's one. Listen, it's 1-0 to the Kabbalah right now for the YB, the programming. But now, listen, people. No matter how good David Beckham is, you didn't get David Beckham's dad as the manager of, or as David Beckham's dad as the sports scientist for the team. Oh, in boxing it's like that. Oh, I'm Tyson Fury's dad, so I must know something about boxing. Well, not really, actually. You got it all the time. Bill Haney, another one. What does he know? What would he know? Yeah, he was slanging the rock, the ready rock. Yeah, that's what his expertise are in. He spent 10 years in a federal penitentiary because his expertise is getting them rocks ready. Yeah, he keep the streets supplied. That was his job. That's his know-how. He don't know lick about boxing. Teofimo's dad, the same situation. Bunch of bum lickers. Oh, I know, because it's my son. No other sport does that though. And this same cat here, Dr. Al-Shabaab, these fighters seem to be quite naive, I think is the bottom line. They see a man, and we all in society, even Joe Public like myself, we all revere doctors as such. And it's probably quite unusual, actually. There's probably a lot of sports scientists and nutritionists. Like, for example, that Greg Marriott guy, well, there's a few of them. The one that used to hang around Tyson Fury, maybe he still does. There's a guy called Greg Marriott or whatever. I don't even think they went to school, to be honest. Not saying you do have to go to school. Knowing a diet and knowing that experience, like most things in life, to be honest. You don't need to go to school to be a mechanic as such. You can just do it for enough years and you get it. That's most things. You don't need to go to school to really code. You just got to do it. It's putting the time in anyway. The point is, if you've been doing your thing with Greg Marriott, for example, who's never gone to school or whatever, we've been conditioned to believe, oh, I've hired this dude who's just been knocking around gyms for long enough. I think that's how Greg Marriott came up. He hung around gyms enough, which built his clout. Oh, he can help you cut weight better, kind of thing. That was the shtick. There's another guy, Greg Lockhart or something like that. The same situation. Dude's just a skinhead with tattoos. He ain't done no education like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. He probably does know more than the doctors do. But the point I'm making is, folks, when you're used to these slaphead, juicy, tattooed dudes doing your nutrition, and some cat pitches it to you, oh, I've been to university and I've done this and I'm a doctor and I'm top and I've got this research paper. Oh, damn, this can really up my levels. What does the slaphead Greg Marriott really know like that? So regardless of your relationship and whatnot, you hear this doctor who doctor this, doctor that, professor this, professor that. It sucks you in. Unless you've been deprogrammed to know that that's all waffle most of the time. Yeah, that's mainly waffle. Unless you're doing nuclear science or something like that, where it's actually deep. Actually, it's mainly cap. If you're like a professor of, I don't know, medicine, how about that? In my opinion, because all them same medicine cats was telling you take the shot, and now most of them. It was crazy. A little while ago, I was in a situation with this Dr. Ting, and I said to her, "Did you get the shot?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got the shot, and I don't regret it." And I said to her, "Oh, okay. Have you had all the boosters then? Have you had the 10 boosters?" She went, "No, I had two or three shots in total, but I didn't want no more, personal choice." I thought, wait there a minute. Either it's advantageous to have all the Kabbalah shots, or it's not. So why all of a sudden now is all the medical community as such? Not all of them, there's still some shills out there, but probably, I don't know, 20-30% of doctors now saying, "Nah, you probably shouldn't have no more boosters." Or, you know what, we're taking off the AstraZeneca. They shut the AstraZeneca down. But at the time, they was shilling it. So that's why I'm sceptical with the medical cats. They just jump on whatever bandwagon. They're supposed to be the most critical individuals, but in reality, they jump on any bandwagon that the cabal tell them to push. Which is not the point of a doctor. A doctor's supposed to be, I'm going to look at the evidence, and I'm going to decide what's best for my particular patient. At the moment, it's a numbers game. Yeah? These medical organisations, the government will buy a stock of something. The government will be lobbied to buy a particular stock of a said drug. Let's say, I don't know, it could be for your diabetes or whatever, insulin. They buy a particular brand of insulin. They got to push that now. You might not like that brand like that. Oh well, folks, we bought a whole truckload of this because my mate who works there is going to give me a job after I leave office. So we got to push this one now. That's how it works in the UK in particular. Yeah, that's how it works. There's no like, oh well, I want to do what's best for the patient. My patient likes this. It's simple as that. We got a whole bunch of stock of this moody particular compound, branded compound, and that's the one you get. Yeah. So the doctors, they might be cucked as well, but for the most part, they know what they're doing. They're just taking orders like everyone else. Yeah, that's what they're taking orders like everyone else. We're pushing this shot out now. Is the shot good? Is it not good? Is there no evidence that the shot's good or bad? We don't know. We can push it. Come on now, people. Stop playing with me. I could take a punt with people's health, right? Make me there. Who can't take a punt with people's health? Well, it could be good. It could be bad. Could give you a blood clot on your head and knock your spark dead at 25 years old on the football pitch. But then again, it could be half good. Let's just punt it out there. Who can't do that? What makes you a doctor to do that, folks? What did you need 10 years of school to take a punt on people's health? Oops. You best believe it. You ain't getting any. Come on now, people. Where else you get these bars from? You watch some of these corny. What are they doing for you? What bars what game are they passing you, man? Oh, AB, this guy. You should be more stiff-legged, like True Geordie, and sit there sucking this one off and sucking that one off. Stop playing it. They ain't on my level. Oh, AB, he's got more subscribers. He wanted dudes to dump on him. They say it was women. It was dudes. He wanted on him. Stop playing with me. He wanted women's. He didn't want no women's around him. He wanted dudes. Yeah. You best believe it. Anyway. Oh, stop. I think that's about it, people, to be fair. I'm not even sure how I got into that rant. What was the doctor rant about? How was I ranting about doctors for? Oh, yeah, listen. He came in, he cucked people because he's a doctor, and they've brought him onto their team. And that's why I do believe a lot of these cats wouldn't know. Conor Ben, and Tony Sims and that, they probably just got bamboozled, to be honest. Because if it was Tony Sims, for example, doing all the juicing, a lot of these trainers are naive. They see a doctor, and like all of us, you see a doctor and it carries. I know people now who regret having this shot, but when you got a doctor who's prestigious and who's been doing it 20 years allegedly, that's the whole point. That's what they're supposed to be there for. They're supposed to be the AI computer with their experience, if that makes sense. They're supposed to be making better decisions for your health. Otherwise, we could all just be doctors. That's the whole damn point. So when he pulls up there, hey, my name's Professor Dr. Ahmad Al-Shabaab, the unwashed masses assume he must know what he's doing. Bash, you off the moody eggs now. That's what you was. And that's why some old school trainers, they say now, no new friends, no new moody faces. I don't care what qualifications you have or haven't got. I'll do the nutritionistness. I'll do the nutritionistness. I'll do. You have to take. You almost have to restrain things now when you got characters like this hanging about. Anyway, people, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, click off the bell, 100%. There's no doubt about this one. People, stop it.